Fine, so welcome to the day two. Okay, now out here, yesterday I had told you that what are the basics of object-oriented programming and all everything. Okay, now, okay, just 1 minute, guys. Just 1 minute, just hold on. Just hold on. I'll be back in 1 minute. Okay, okay, fine. Now, um, I'll make a new project over here today. Just a minute. I'll start talking about Selenium today. Okay, how to configure Selenium and all everything. All right. So look, the first thing is that Selenium is not installed. Okay, Selenium is configured in your uh, Eclipse. Okay, there is no exe file for Selenium. There are only jar files which you have to go and configure inside your Eclipse. All right. So what I'll do is that on this day two, I'll right click, go to the properties, Java build path, add external jars, and add all these jars. Okay, fine. And hold on, just a minute, it's hanging. Right. So now if you see over here, you will have the reference libraries and you'll have all the jar files over here. So these are actually the jar files of Selenium. You have to include them inside Eclipse and your Eclipse will become Selenium ready. Now, what is a jar file? From where do you download these jar files and all everything? I'm going to talk about it right now. So this is the way you actually enable Selenium. You see that now my Selenium is enabled. I did not install it. There is no exe. Okay. Now, what is a jar file? All right. And how we get these jars and how do we include them and how do we work with them? I'll talk about it. Okay. If I go back to day one, you will see JRE system library. Okay, JRE system library is nothing but Java which is installed in your system. Okay, and if I expand this, you see I get many jar files. Now, what are these jar files? In day one, I'm talking about. Okay, look, if you go to this project, if you go to the location of this project, go to the properties and click on resource. Under resource, you will see the path where this project is lying. Okay, and you open this, right? And you will see day 1 and day 2 folder. Okay, and in day 1 you see the bin folder. Okay, right, and under the bin folder you will have many class files. Okay, what happens is that corresponding to every jar file, Java file we have over here. Okay, we have 4 Java files. All right, corresponding to every Java file we have a class file in the bin folder. Okay, every Java file is converted to a class file. Okay, this class file is like an exe file. It can be executed on any operating system. Okay, this can be executed on any operating system. All right, and if I have a project, okay, right, if I open, I'll show you. Generally, if you have a project in which many class files are there. Okay, then at times you have to deliver these class files to a client. All right, how do you deliver these class files to a client? You put all these class files into one file. This single file is known as a jar file, and then you give it to a client. So jar file is nothing but collection of many class files. All right. For example, in a standalone project which you make, like I made day one, you have this JRE system library. This has got many jar files. Every jar file has got number of class files under it and which you can use in your regular work. Okay. For example, in this fruit seller, if I print over here system.out.println new date. Date is actually one of the classes which is present inside one of the jar files. You can move your mouse over this and you can import date java.util.date. Okay, and when you run this, hold on, you see that it prints the current date, time zone, everything. Okay, so you don't have to do the hard work, it does automatically, right? It prints everything. So this is the date class. Okay, the date class will help you print current date, month, year, everything, time, right? Okay, so similarly, you have got different Java files, and corresponding to every Java file, you make a class file, and in the end, you make all the class files, put all the class files under the jar, under one file, which is jar file, and you deliver the jar file to the client. Okay, these are all the jars. All right. So what we do is that we download the Selenium jars from the official website of Selenium. Okay, hold on, I'll tell you. Go to seleniumlq.org. Hold on. Okay, go to the download section and you will see Java written over here. Okay, click on this download link. Fine, and all the jar files, Java jar files, will download onto your PC. Extract it, then right click on the project, go to the properties, and go to the same thing which we did in the beginning, Java build path libraries, and add external jars. This is the main jar file for Selenium. Please include this. Okay. Along with it, under the libs folder, there are many other jar files as well. Include this one, all these as well. Don't include this one. This is the sources jar. This contains the source code of Selenium. Selenium is open source. Anybody can download it, right? So this will contain the source code of Selenium, right? So you include all these jars into your project, okay? And then you can start making Selenium code, okay? I'll create a new file over here, a new class known as basics of Selenium. Now we'll see how object-oriented programming is used in Selenium. All right, if you go here and if you go to the Java documentation, hold on, yeah. Out here, if you scroll down, you will see that there is something known as WebDriver written. Okay, click on it. These are all the driver classes in Selenium. On the next page, these are all the driver classes: Chrome driver, Edge driver, event firing, Firefox, Internet Opera remotes. So these are all the driver classes. Each driver class represents a browser. Okay, let us start with this driver class, which is Firefox driver. Okay, Firefox driver is an internal driver class which is used to automate Firefox. If you create the object of this class, if I create the object of Firefox driver, okay, you will get error. It is case sensitive. D has to be capital, F has to be capital. Okay, you move the mouse over this error and you will see the option to import Firefox driver. So you can import it. Fine. And you can write Firefox driver dot get. Okay, or hold on. If I just run this much, if I create the object of this internal class Firefox driver, then you will be able to see that a blank Firefox opens up. Fine. A blank Firefox, it opens up and you close it, right? And then look, just by creating the object of the class, I'm able to open Firefox. You will be getting an error. You will be getting an error, all right. And to solve that error, you have to, download an exe file. Go to Selenium. In my PC, the error is not coming, but in your PC, the error will come up. Fine. So if you go to download section and you will see my Mozilla Gecko driver. Okay, and this is the latest link. Okay, you click on this and you see that you can download the Gecko driver zip file for 32-bit or 64-bit operating system. Okay, download it from here. Right, I have it downloaded under my D drive common drivers. Okay, Gecko driver.exe. All right, and copy this and type system dot set property WebDriver dot Gecko dot driver. Okay, you have to give this command set the system property WebDriver.Gecko.driver and give the path of exe file. You will have to give the path of Gecko driver exe. This is how Selenium is made. Okay, this is the driver exe which is used to automate Firefox. Okay, and now if you run your code, it will work. In my code, it will work without this line. I will tell you later on how to make it work without this line. Okay, now you have created the object of Firefox driver. If you look at this object, it will have many non-static, like we had the fruit object yesterday, right? It had many non-static functions. So this will also have many non-static functions, which we'll talk about. Okay. For example, the get function will take you to a URL. You can write get http yahoo.com. So when you run this code, this will open the browser and it will take the browser to yahoo.com. Okay, fine. Just a minute. Just 1 minute, guys. Prasad saying no audio. Okay. Now, similarly, we have got other driver classes, right? Before that, let me talk something about Firefox. Okay. Look, Firefox, what happens is that suppose the current, if I run this, Firefox will open. That means it will work and it will take me to the website and all. So that means the current version is supported on Firefox. Okay. The current version of Selenium I'm talking, right? It's supported on Firefox. Okay. The version of Firefox right now is 51. Okay, right. And suppose tomorrow the version increases to 62 and there is an automatic update on your browser, then it stops working. So in Firefox, make sure that you turn off automated updates. Okay, go to Tools, Add-ons, Extensions. Oh, sorry, it's not add-ons. I'm sorry. Tools, Options. Sorry, and type over here date and check this option. Never check for updates. Okay, please turn off automated updates, otherwise suddenly one day your Firefox will stop working. Okay, now other drivers which are there are, I'll tell you. One is Chrome driver. As the name suggests, it works on Chrome. It helps you automate Chrome. You just write Chrome and hit Control Spacebar of your. If you hit Control Spacebar in Eclipse, you will get all the options which are starting from the word Chrome. Okay, you can select Chrome driver. It will get automatically imported as well. You create the object of Chrome driver. Okay. Also, you can download the exe for Chrome also. There is an exe which you need to download. Chrome driver, Google Chrome driver. You can get the latest from here. Click on latest. Click on this link and then download the Chrome driver for your operating system. Okay, for Windows 32-bit or 64-bit, this single file will do. Okay, I have it over here, chromedriver.exe. So you just need to write the command system.set property webdriver dot chrome.driver. Look, this is case sensitive. People do a mistake, sometimes they keep W capital or something. Okay, don't do that. All right, you have to keep W in the lower case, and in the value you have to give the path of the exe. Okay, chromedriver.exe path you need to give over here. In Java, you have to give double slash in the path. It's an escape sequence. Okay, right. And then if I run this, you will see that the browser Chrome opens up, right? And you can take Chrome to yahoo.com as well. Mentioning the protocol is very important. If you don't mention the protocol, then this won't happen. Okay, so when you run this code, you see that it opens Yahoo. If you don't mention the protocol, error will come up, right? Now for Chrome, always make sure that you have the latest version of Chrome and latest version of Chrome driver.exe. Okay, right. Now you have Internet Explorer driver. Okay. For I, although I is deprecated now and hardly anybody uses it. Okay. For I, you have to download another exe. All right. You have this Internet Explorer driver server. Okay. And this is 32-bit I, this is 64-bit I. All right. You can download any one of these. Fine. And you can keep them over here. Okay. Right. And now you can write system.setProperty WebDriver.i.driver. Okay. And give the exe iDriverServer.exe and then write i.get, go to the URL http yahoo.com, and when you run this code, this will open up I and will take you to Yahoo. With I, you have to be careful about many things. Okay. The first thing is that in your browser, hold on, you have to set the zoom level settings to 100%. Okay, right. Then you need to go to Tools, Internet Options, right? Under Privacy or under Security, there are four tabs. Okay, make sure in every tab you have unchecked this checkbox, Enable Protected Mode. All right, and then in Advanced section, this should be done in all the four tabs: local, trusted, restricted. Okay. In advanced section, scroll down and under security, you will have allow active content to run files on my computer. Please check this option. Okay. So in I, you have to do different settings. Okay. The first setting is zoom level 100%. Okay. The second setting is that you have to enable protected mode, sorry, disable protected mode, not enable, disable protected mode in all the four sections, right? And then You have to go to advanced security and allow files to run on my PC. Okay, that setting you need to do. All right, fine. Now these days, Edge driver has come up, Edge has come up, Microsoft Edge, and Selenium supports Edge as well. Okay, if I click on this icon, hold on, just a minute. Yeah, let me open up Edge. This is Edge. Okay, right. So Edge, to have Edge supported, right? Okay. There are different settings which you need to do. Okay. Look, the thing is, just a minute. There is a class known as Edge driver. You need to create the object of this Edge driver. Okay. And from the website of Microsoft, okay, look, if you open Edge and if you go to the settings, okay, in the settings, you can scroll down and you can see that these are the versions and all everything. 7 Microsoft Edge HTML version. This, and now go to the official website of Selenium, right? There will be an exe file for Edge mentioned over here, Microsoft Edge driver. If you click on this, it will take you to the Microsoft website, developer.microsoft.com. And over here you have the downloaded file, Edge HTML, okay, which you can, Edge drivers, you can go to the download. This is the release 17134 for my particular. Okay, I have it over here, Microsoft WebDriver.exe. So all you need to do is Edge.driver and path of exe and write edgedriver.get. Okay, right. And now if I run this, you see that Edge opens up and it will take you to yahoo.com. Okay, right. Now, if I run this again, I'll get an error. Okay, in Edge, only one instance can run. Instance of Edge can run. Other browsers, multiple instances can run, but in Edge, only one instance can run. Okay, now for every driver, I have given this line system.set property, system.set property, system.set property. Okay, I can avoid this line. All right, you don't need to write again and again. To avoid the line, you just need to copy the path of the folder, go to your computer properties, my computer properties. All right, and you will get sorry, you will get a window like this. Okay, in this window, go to advanced system settings, go to environment variables, and scroll down. You will see a variable path. Okay, edit this variable, fine, and create a new variable, give the path of the drivers. Okay, in Windows 7 or 8, you will get a window like this. Okay, go to the end of this variable value, put a semicolon, paste the path, okay, and click on OK and restart your PC. Okay, please restart your PC, and after restarting your PC, if you just create the objects like this, okay, then also this will work without writing system.set property. Okay, right. So every browser has a driver. You have to create the object of the driver class and work with it. Okay. Now the question arises that what if you have to build a script which will work on all the browsers? Okay. What if you have to build a script which will work on all the browsers? How do you build a single script which can work on all the browsers? Right. Will I have to learn the commands of every browser, Firefox driver, Chrome driver, iDriver separately because the objects are being created separately? Okay. Look, the answer to this question is practically no, you don't have to do that. Okay, because of the concept of um, there is something known as interfaces. Okay, if you talk about interfaces in Java, then because of interfaces, you don't need to do that. All right. Uh, what is an interface? Look, I have taught you every driver separately, but what if I want a script like this? That is, I'll create a new class known as dynamic browsers. Suppose I have a variable. Then whatever script I'm writing should be executed on Chrome. Okay. In general thing, we can write that if browser is equal to, if I talk generally, then the common sense says that I can write like if statement. If the browser is Mozilla, you create the object of Firefox Driver. Okay. Else if the browser is Chrome, you create the object of Chrome driver. Okay. Right. Similarly, else if the browser is equal to I you create the object of Internet Explorer driver. Okay, but will this work? If I have to take Firefox driver to Yahoo, I'll have to write firefoxdriver.get to yahoo.com. Okay, if I have to create object of Chrome driver, then I'll have to write Chrome driver.get. If I have to create object of Internet Explorer, then iDriver.get. It doesn't make any sense. I'm repeating my code. Okay, right. So the answer to this problem will come up from the concept of an interface. Okay, right. Now, what is an interface? Interface is something which gives you an idea about the system. Okay, for example, if you look at our website, qtpselenium.com, it's an interface. Okay, if you look at any website rather, if you look at yahoo.com, it's an interface which tells you that what Yahoo is doing, what Yahoo is looking for. Okay, right. But how is it actually happening? How are these links coming up? What is the internal structure? You don't know. Similarly, if you look at our website, qtpselenium.com, it says that we offer training, but whether the training is for you, whether it will be helpful for you, how it is going to be for you, you really don't know. Okay, so that's what. That's the thing. Interfaces, they actually give you an idea about the system. Okay, our website gives you an idea that we train. Okay, similarly, interface in Java is also there, which gives you an idea about the system. Okay, right. For example, I'll create a new interface out here, and I'm going to call that interface as, say, um, phone. Okay, this is the interface phone, and I'll write public void call public void recharge public void say start app. So these are some of the features of a phone, and all these features are defined as functions with no bodies. There is no body to the functions. These functions are only declared. Okay, these functions are only declared inside the interface. All right. So interface will give an idea to you that what the phone is supposed to do, but how it is done, that it will not tell you. You have to implement the interfaces in Java. All right. You can declare an interface. I've declared it, but this interface has to be implemented as well. For implementation of an interface, we have got implementing classes. For example, I'll create a new class known as iPhone. and I will write over here public class iPhone implements the phone interface. Okay. So you have to move the mouse over the error, select add unimplemented functions, and all the three functions will come up. Why is this error coming up? If a class is implementing an interface, it is mandatory for that class to implement all the functions of the interface, all of them. Otherwise, you will get an error. Okay, you select the option add unimplemented methods and you add all these three functions inside this class. Okay, right. Call function, recharge, and start app. Okay, with the sign at the rate override. At the rate override means that this function is coming up from the interface phone. The call function, recharge, start app, all these functions are coming up from the phone interface. Okay, right. Even if you remove and looks at your code by looking at this annotation at the rate override, he will come to know that this function is coming up from the interface. Okay, so that is the thing. And you can write over here interface and a class can be implementing an interface. What is the use of this? How do we use it practically? What is the use of this in Selenium? Gradually, I will tell you, you will come to know, but just now, just implement or understand one thing that phone is an interface and this interface has got some functions which are declared and the implementing classes have to implement all the functions. Implementing class can have its own function as well. Okay, right. So I'll stop here for today. Okay.